And like I always say, why do you need glasses when you have a bottle? Welcome once again. This is King Rat. This is kind of a continuation of Austin is Retarded, but really it's a review of a business that I brutalized myself today to get to in South Austin. And actually, if you'll look over there, let me get it right. What the hell? Anyway, the owner of that 7-Eleven is finally repairing the storm drain that I saw break a month ago. And it was just short of just sucking some car into it. Okay, this is as brief as I can be. Not that that's ever really worked too good. Ooh, this angle of light really shows off the wrinkles. Not that I give a rat's ass. For years, I've been buying my shoes online, and every time I buy from Amazon, I get bogus charges, have to kill my card, have to go through all kind of crap. But actually, I've been buying the same model of Pro-Pay men's shoes because of the unique soles on them, and I probably will have to do it again. But I thought, due to the reviews and stuff, that I would go to Big Shoes on South Lamar today, which is a hell of a beating to get there and so on. And oh gosh, I'm really stinky. And I might want to mention that, gosh, something's wrong with Austin. Austin used to be covered with just the most delicious, perfect, beautiful women, and now they're few and far between. So anyway, I'll try to make this as quick as possible, even though I got somebody stopped behind me who obviously wants to get on camera because the other car is up there, yet they're stopped right there. See what I'm saying? I went to Big Shoes, which advertises it carries like from size 14 to 21. And on the web, it was like, oh, great. It's like one person said, well, there seems to be a self-service place. There's not really anybody to help you, yada, yada. And another person said that the prices were very reasonable. No, they're fucking not. I'll get to that right away. I'm sorry, I haven't eaten all day. That wine's hitting me good. I was having some serious pain because buses, especially with bad drivers and bad roads, buses whiplash me to death. And all disabled people just... So finding this, and it's really not easy, finding this off the main road, kind of tucked away business, which actually has a huge storeroom, a very tiny showroom. Let me first state the reason I went there was that in one of the pictures of one of the reviews, they had a rack of shoes, because that's what I wanted, some kind of deck shoe, canvas shoe, something that breathes, etc. That were, at least the top of those shoes were identical to what I have on and been wearing for years and so on. So I went down there, I went in, and immediately a man comes out from the back, a young man, relatively young man, and I tell him what I want. I told him I'm looking for some canvas deck shoes, perfectly slip-ons. I was telling him I picked up some tie, lace-ups. Let him know I really wasn't looking for that. So he goes in the back. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. It's still probably going to run 7 or 8 minutes. So he goes in the back and immediately comes out with a pair of of brown leather. I really can't remember the last time I wore a pair of brown leather shoes. I really, they were almost, well, not quite that New Zealand brown, but, and my name is Kent Kruger. I'm the last of the Kruger brothers. I'm an expert in shoes, an expert in wearing out shoes too. As a matter of fact, I really am getting to the point where I really need to start making my own shoes. The reason I keep using Amazon is because, in particular, the Propé shoes, everybody says are true to fit, true to size. I'm sorry. Fuck you. At least everybody's, if you need a job, come to Austin, Texas. And I can tell my phone's playing, lightness, brightness trip with me. But shoes, the Chinese about 30 plus years ago began marking their shoes at least one size larger than they actually are. And I know all the techniques of, like when you put on a pair of shoes, you're supposed to be able to depress the area in front of your big toe, showing that your big toe has a place to go. And also the heel should not be, like the pair he showed me, shouldn't be girly tight like high heels that are going to instantly give me, blisters and stuff. And he offered me a 10% discount, I guess, to kind of compete with Amazon. And the minute he says that, I'm thinking, well, why the hell didn't I just get them from Amazon? Other than the fact that Amazon hubs around here keep saying they don't have a box big enough to put it in at that particular moment, and they send it back to the system, creates problems. And I was actually just desperate because the shoes I have on are just ratty as shit. Otherwise, I'm pretty well groomed, clean. I scrubbed up this morning. I'm ready to go to town. And I looked over and saw these racks of sandals, and it's got that fancy, it's got some kind of brand name on it, and like Ducas or something like that. And I go like, well, I might take because I'm already letting him know I ain't going for whatever he's pulling out the back, whatever he's trying to sell to me. I hate salesmen. Actually, if they just had all their shoes on display and left me alone, they might have made a sale. That's one of my number one rules. This will go 9 minutes. I used to, from the time I was very young, if a salesman approached me, because back in the day, salesmen got a cut of what they sold. They had a vested interest in being pushy and sometimes trying to make you buy something you don't want or buy more than you want. So I looked over and I was looking at these sandals, and actually the sole was cut for at least a size 16. It was marked a 14. And I said, how much? Because he doesn't have, see, that's what really bothered me. He doesn't have prices on anything. The Big Shoes on South Lamar in Austin has no prices on anything except on his computer, which can be absolutely a fluid thing. He says 46 bucks. $46 for a pair of sandals that I know costs less than $1 to make, either in China or Malaysia or wherever they were made. Because labeling laws mean nothing anymore. China's proud to put he wants $46. I was just wanting to throw away the shoes that I had on. And even though sandals are terrible for me and actually put me at risk for falls, I just wasn't buying his. And it was really at that moment, I'll try to end it here at 10 minutes. It was at that moment, let me lean in here. It was at that moment that I said, let me step outside and have a smoke and think about it. I didn't have to think long. They had very little on display up front and a huge storeroom in the back. I mean, literally like only 1/10 of the store is showroom and the rest is all storeroom. So I'm sorry. And that's South Austin, where it's all real Californicated up and stuff. They even have a sign. address that. Austin is still Austin. No, it's not. Austin is fucking retarded now. Austin ain't Austin anymore. It's just Eastern California, Southern New York, Eastern Oregon. I'm sorry. I took one look. I'm going to go to 11 minutes. I took one look at those leather slip-ons and instantly realized I can tell just by looking at a pair of shoes whether or not they're going to fit me, have any chance of fitting me. And I could see that they were not true to size. They were probably only they may have been a 15 in length, but with the padding, no. You got to always count padding. That's why you have to put shoes on your feet. And they in no way could they have been more than an E, not a triple E. I don't give a shit what the box says. You know, if you believe, you know, Chinese made or foreign made shoes, which almost actually even New Balance up in Maine shut down. There's no more American made shoes unless you know a cobbler who will hand make you a pair of shoes for, you know, $1,000. And that's where I have a problem with a lot of people is you don't know that shoes wear out real quickly. If you're using them, if you're athletic, if you walk a lot, you're not getting more than 30 days wearing out of them. And you need to let them, here's my recommendation. You need to have many pairs of shoes, and they actually need to rest 48 hours to let the moisture out in between wearings. If you wear the same shoes every day, they're worn out in 30 days. And nobody really resoles and re-insoles shoes anymore. That's the end of this. And I'll put up another video soon. This is Old Kent, King Rat. You're not going to sell me some shit overpriced crap, Austin, Texas. Ain't happening. I got plenty of money in the bank, but I ain't buying your shit.